Hi everybody, I'm Georgina Jones, the Market Development Director for NCUK, and I'm pleased today to be joined by Aaron Taylor, who's the International Development Officer for Leeds Beckett University, one of the NCUK founder members. And we're here again just to talk about what plans the universities are putting in place for students from September, October onwards. We know there are a lot of questions out there, and we want to just give some reassurance that a lot of work has been being done at the universities to make sure that students are both safe, secure, kept healthy, but also will have an amazing and enjoyable experience when they come to join university. So Aaron, thank you very much for joining us. Do you want to maybe give us a bit of background about what Leeds Beckett have been doing and the plans for the safety and security of the students this next semester?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Hi, everyone. As Georgina just said there, my name's Aaron and I work in the international team at Leeds Beckett. So it's very nice to be speaking to you today, and thanks very much NCUK for having me as well. So yeah, I'd be more than happy to answer a couple of questions, some of the FAQs that I'm sure you're thinking of at the moment. And I think that one of the biggest things has been whether it is going to be possible for you to travel from your home country over to the UK and to, if it's Leeds specifically or whichever institution that you're thinking of studying at. And the answer is, well, it's quite complicated. There are actually two answers. So there's a yes and a no. So obviously, if you would like to come and study with us at Leeds Beckett, and if you do hold an offer, then you are more than welcome to travel overseas and join us in September. Now, there may be some sort of restrictions involved in that. So the government at the moment have set out a plan for countries where if they do deem them high risk countries, then you will have to quarantine and self-isolate for 14 days when you arrive in the UK. If that's the case, then we do have some measures in place for you. So we do have a meet and greet service available, which you can book. That's where we will come and pick you up at the airport. We'll take you to your student accommodation that you've booked as well. You can arrange that through the international office. Just speak to us directly and we can arrange that for you. And we're offering free accommodation for those 14 days as well for every student that does come over and study with us in Leeds. And that's regardless if you booked university accommodation, if you booked private accommodation as well. That 14-day period is going to be free for you to be able to just kind of get your feet on the ground, get used to everything. And we have an incredible student engagement team whose job it is. They've been working really hard at the moment to create like a welcome pack for everyone as well. And part of that welcome pack is going to be helping you with meal delivery plans and that kind of thing as well. It'll obviously help you when it comes to making sure you've got pillows and bedding and a toothbrush and that kind of thing as well. So rest assured that we have got everything in place for you if you would like to come and study with us in Leeds from September onwards. Hopefully we do get to meet you at some point on campus, but if not, then obviously you may be asking the question, can I study online and join at a later date? And the answer to that is yes as well. So if you do feel like you would prefer to start at home, then the majority of our bachelor's programs and master's courses as well, we are giving you the option to start online if you would like to, and then you can join at a later date. You will, once you register and enroll fully with the university at the end of September, that's when the term starts, then you'll get access to the virtual learning environment, and all of the sessions that will be recorded on campus by the professors, they'll be available online. All of the course material, the reading lists and everything as well will be available online. So you can stay up to date with everything, and you will be on the same level as the students that are studying the program in Leeds. So as long as you stay in touch with the professors, with the course team, and stay on top of all of your studies and everything, then you won't feel like you're falling behind, and you will still get that same level of contact with the professors as well. So everyone receives their own personal tutor, so you can just message them and have a Skype call or a Zoom call or whatever it is with them, and just they do have a duty of care and a responsibility, as well as the international office, just to make sure everything is safe and you're still enjoying being on the course, even though you're a couple of thousand miles away maybe. So that's priority number one, is to make sure you're still enjoying it, and also to make sure that you're still receiving that same quality teaching as well, even though you are quite far away. So that's the big question really, is whether you would like to join us on campus, or if you would prefer to start at home. And it's entirely up to you. And I was saying to Georgina before we were on this call that you can, it's entirely up to you based on your own individual circumstances. So if you would prefer to start at home, then you're more than welcome to, but just stay in touch with the international team and let us know. Contact your course director as well. That's the head of the subject for your particular program, and we can definitely arrange that, just to let them know that you do intend to study from overseas. I guess just to
Aaron, sorry to interrupt you, but to contact their course tutor, they'll have access via the Leeds Beckett student portal for information like that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so you will receive, when you enroll fully, you'll receive the contact details for the whole team, so the head of the subject, the different professors that will teach those different classes as well. And even if you just contact myself or the other international officers, the rest of the international team, then we can put you in touch with the course director as well. And you can just sort of drop in with them and make your name known to them, and just say I'm having a few concerns to kind of start online, and we can definitely arrange that for you. Yeah. And
so from that point of view, because everything is accessible online, it doesn't really matter whether they are staying in their home country or whether they do come to the UK from that point of view. And so really what you're saying in a nutshell, if you are coming to the UK and coming to Leeds, quarantine, if it does apply, then they'll get 2 weeks free accommodation while they're quarantining, but not to worry, because there's lots of takeaway food services, food delivery, supermarket delivery, and so on. So from that point of view, they'll be supported and guided around that. But if they do choose to stay in their home country, Leeds Beckett is absolutely fine with that, and you've put systems and processes in place to support them as well.
Yeah, of course, yeah, and it is going to depend on individual cases as well. So whether you would like to start maybe just a couple of weeks later, or even as late as January, then just let us know, and just reach out to the team and let us know what your plans are. But like you say, yeah, we do have lots of plans and a lot of support available to you. So whatever you need, just reach out to us.
That sounds really great and really flexible.
Yeah, and I guess on the flip side of that as well, obviously we would love to have you in Leeds and in the UK, and we do have a few sort of safety measures in place that I can talk about as well. So, for example, if you would like to study on campus, how it is going to look is, you may have heard the term blended learning, which it's being thrown around quite a lot. And what that means exactly, it's going to be a mix of some online learning and some on-campus learning. So we are promising some level of actual in-person teaching. It may just be reduced hours. So, for example, where normally your typical timetable may be something like 10 hours per week on campus, it is going to be slightly reduced to around 1 or 2 hours per week for the first semester anyway. And then we hope to, we anticipate we're going to increase those number of on-campus hours as the weeks progress, and hopefully by January we will be back to normal and have a full timetable again. What the university are planning to make sure that it is safe is that we're going to create study bubbles. So you and some of the students that are on your program that are in Leeds, maybe about 5 or 6 of you, then you're going to be going to those classrooms together. You'll be studying together and working on the same projects together. So it's limiting the kind of contact that you will have with too many other people. And that's just one safety measure that we do have in place. And obviously you will meet all of your course peers, all of the staff that are on the program. But it's just that for the majority of the time you will be spending those classroom hours with this particular group of students. So you will get assigned those in advance. And yeah, like I say, hopefully that's just how it is for the first couple of weeks. But hopefully we will try and reduce those number of online hours and try and get everyone on campus. And for the students that are on campus, we'll try our best to arrange things from the international office and make sure that you're fully engaged. We have an amazing international society. Everyone gets really involved with those types of things. I mean, it depends on the events that we are able to organise, but just some of the events that we have been able to organise in the past are things like fashion shows. We do like a diversity celebration week. So you get to we encourage people to wear their traditional dresses from their home countries, that type of thing. So it'll be great to still meet you in person, and we'll definitely be able to arrange something.
And actually, the Leeds Beckett campus as well, whilst it's down in the heart of Leeds city centre, there's also the campus, there's a lot of green parks, open spaces around. So from a social distancing point of view, there's lots of opportunities for students to meet other students in a safe way.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, so we have, I think it's something like 24,000 students that are on campus at one time. Obviously, it may be slightly different this year, but we hope to still achieve that number. And we have around 2,000 international students on campus each year. And we do share the city with a couple of other universities as well. So the amount of students that are in the city is something like 75, 80,000 students. So you meet so many different people, and in so many different situations, even if it's just down at the local supermarket or as part of different societies, part of your classes. There's so many, you will have lots of chance to meet lots of different people and find similar interests as well. And like you say, that's a really good point, George, as well as we do have 2 campuses. So we've got one based in the city centre. We do have lots of student accommodation and housing around this city centre campus, and that's predominantly where the business school is based, the law school, some of the arts programmes and the social sciences programmes as well. And then we have one campus that's just a little bit further out of the city centre. So that's just around a 10-minute journey on public transport, or if you're fit, you can hire a bike, or you can walk as well. So it is really accessible, and that campus is a little bit greener. So there's lots of open space up there. That tends to be where the sports courses are taught and the teaching as well. And all of the sports facilities are based up there. We've got a brand new sports building that's just been built up there with a roof, running track on the roof, which is really great. So obviously the students starting this September will have full access to all of those. And there's the Yorkshire Dales as well, National Park. So there's obviously, if you do like your walking and getting outside and getting outdoors, which is something that is being encouraged across this this time where people are indoors quite a lot, then you have lots of really beautiful walks and really nice countryside. There's just only about a 15-minute drive just outside of the city centre, so you're getting the best of both worlds there.
So the academics are prepared, they've reviewed the courses, they're looking at how they can do things differently. So whether they're, hopefully coming to Leeds and studying with you, or whether they're starting part of their course online, they're going to experience the same wherever they're located, but all of those plans are in place, and there's still the excellence that they will expect to receive from Leeds Beckett. So if students are thinking about deferring, what would you say to them?
So I would say, if everyone's in the same situation. Obviously, there are lots of students thinking of this as an option, and it is entirely up to you. We are accepting deferrals, and we do offer January start dates for some programs as well. So just reach out to the international office to see if your program does offer a January start date, if that's what you're interested in. So we do offer deferrals up until January, but then some through to September 2021 as well. And we do offer that once you can defer that for that 1 year. But I would just say it's entirely up to you. Obviously, you do have to think about if the only possibility is for you to defer until next September. You've obviously got a 12 months gap there where you're going to have to find things to do, which are you happy to put off something that you're obviously very passionate about during starting your program? I'm sure you're really excited to start, and that is just delaying that whole experience for another 12 months, and you'll be a year older. You'll obviously be graduating a year older as well. So it's obviously entirely up to you, and people will be in different circumstances, and it might suit them a little bit better. But we're still going ahead in September as normal. It's just that it's going to look slightly different, so nothing's going to change in that sense. Everyone's just going to have to adjust a little bit, and it will be the same sort of level as you were saying, it's the same sort of contact, but it'll just look slightly differently. So it's not that it's going to be this complete different thing in September, and because of that you need to defer. You're not going to get the same experience. I think that's something that we're hoping to sort of promise is that you will get at least some part of that same experience if you do join us this September as well. So hopefully we will see you in Leeds.
Yeah. So from a student's point of view, or from their parents' point of view as well, they are going to get, it will be slightly different, but they're still going to get same high quality service, same academic quality. So really, if they're deferring, they're just putting everything off for a year. It sounds like Leeds Beckett is fully prepared and ready to welcome all the students, be it in a mixed mode at the start. So really, it doesn't really suggest that there's many reasons, other than maybe the odd case of a deferral not being the best option for students, because it's not like there's anything else that they can do, given that with the pandemic and everything else.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. And if anything, then you are going to get more of an increased level of contact with the professors and the students that are on the programme, because there's going to be extra care taken by those staff, and just to check in, make sure everything is okay. And I think as well, like, a good point is that you do have to realise, obviously, if a lot of people are deferring till next year, then the competition for those places next year is going to increase as well. And obviously, the amount of students on particular courses may not be as high this year, but then next year, then there's going to be a lot of competition for a lot of places. Everyone might have the same idea and do exactly the same thing. Accommodation options aren't going to be, you won't have as much choice with your housing as well. So you do have to weigh up all of the pros and the cons. And I think that's something that some people do forget, is that even if you do take that decision, some other people might be thinking of the same decision as well. And then next time, this time next year, then you will find there'll be a lot of competition for places, definitely.
So it's sounding like, and this is what we're hearing from other universities, the students who are going to go this year, yes, it will be different, but it's going to be different anywhere that you are in the world. But actually what you're going to experience is probably going to be much more enhanced from possibly what the students who entered last year and who have started to experience over the last 6 months of the universities have moved to online teaching because of the circumstances. So again, it does very much sound like deferral might not be the best option for the majority, because you're going to miss out on so much. So take up those places and come to university. Would that be your message for students?
Definitely, yeah. And it's not like everyone's, obviously this is all really new to everyone, but it's not as though it's all online learning is. It's just kind of a bit of an ad hoc thing. So much planning has gone into being able to deliver such a successful course still at the same level of quality from September onwards, and that's what the academics have been working really, really hard on over the last couple of months, is making sure everyone still receives that same sort of teaching. So it's exactly the same. It's just maybe online sometimes rather than in person. And you never know, that might suit your style of learning as well. So you don't have to attend at that particular time. Say if you have other commitments on that particular day when there is a course, you know for a fact that it's going to be recorded. If it's in a time zone where it's not really convenient for you, you know it's going to be available for you to watch maybe the next day or the day after, and you can then tailor it to how you are going to be able to work best. So in that case, it's a little bit more flexible for you. So it's you don't have to look at it negatively. You could look at it in a positive way and use this opportunity so you could realise the amount of possibilities that are going to appear because of this whole situation. So the likes of increased flexibility, increased contact with the professors, reaching out to you, making sure everything's on track and things like that. So there are positives to it, definitely.
And so a student who does decide to do be it the first couple of weeks or the first couple of months from home, there's no disadvantage. They'll still be able to access everything. The only thing that they won't have access is to the things on campus, but when they do join, they'll get the benefit of that when they arrive.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And yeah, I would just say, if anyone would like to talk about it, we're offering, we're doing a lot of video calls to all the international offices throughout all of the different regions around the world at the moment. So feel free just to reach out to us, and if you would like to speak to anyone in particular, then we can tell you what exactly it is going to look like for your particular program as well, and exactly how many hours you'll expect to be on campus. But yeah, you were talking about food before. Just a note that I made was the Eat Out to Help Out scheme that the government have started recently as well. So obviously everyone's been in lockdown the past couple of months, so the restaurant industry hasn't been doing as well as it would do normally in the height of summer in the UK. So the government are actively encouraging everyone to eat out at the moment and offering discounts on particular days for students. So if anything, like I said, it is a really good time to take advantage of certain things. So you wouldn't get that normally. So if it's food that you really want, then don't worry about that. So food is definitely, that'll be covered. There's lots of takeaways that are available to you as well, and all of the supermarkets in the UK, just to give a brief update, I guess, is they're all fully open. The measures at the moment are that you do have to wear the mask, but as a safety precaution, but all social distancing is still in place, and something that we're going to adopt on campus as well as everywhere has one-way systems. There's going to be lots of sanitizing stations where you can just, as soon as you enter the shop or on campus, you're going to have to wash your hands and make sure you're clean, as well as when you leave campus or leave shops and things like that as well. So there are lots and lots of measures in place to make sure everyone is going to be as safe as possible.
That all sounds really good, Aaron. It hopefully gives reassurance to the students and to their parents out there that the university has taken this seriously, and you've covered all aspects, not just the academic study, but the social side of things, with health and safety as well. So, and then final messages that you want to give to the students out there.
I would just say, stay in touch with us. There's lots of information out there at the moment. You may be very confused about the news saying one thing and then someone saying another thing. So I definitely just stay in contact with your local university representative and reach out to us. That's what we're here for, is to give you the correct information and just to talk you through the whole process. Even if you're thinking about whether it's deferring or anything like that, then we're always here for you. And if you would just like to drop us a call, then feel free to do so. We have lots of measures in place to stay in touch with students at the moment. Like I say, the video calls, we're setting up WhatsApp groups, or depending on your region, the best possible way to stay in touch with you. We're going to develop these chat groups so you can meet students before you've even set foot in an airport, and you can chat to people who are going to be attending Leeds Beckett as well, and you could even arrange travel together if you're a little bit unsure about everything. So yeah, I'll just say use everything that is available to you, and just stay in touch. We'd obviously love to hear from you, and we'll hopefully see you in September for all the things that we have planned for you.
Thank you, Aaron, and to all of the NCUK students out there and to our study centres. If you do have any questions, as Aaron says, you can get in contact with Leeds Beckett staff directly, WeChat, WhatsApp, through the website. Equally, you can go through your NCUK study centre and we'll all be able to help you there. So we know there's lots of big decisions to be made over the next couple of months, but it sounds like a good decision is to take up that place at Leeds Beckett with all the plans that they've put in place. So thank you again, Aaron. Really good to speak to you.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.